this is Melanie Engel from Flamingo Beach Realty, your premier luxury real estate company here in the beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Today, we're at the Flamingo Marina with beautiful yachts, sailboats, and this incredible rainbow, and we're about to talk about residency. If this is something that is interesting to you, I'd love to talk to you about it. Watch this video. If you're planning on becoming a resident of Costa Rica, it's important to have a qualified lawyer or liaison to help you. This video is just to give you some advice, but it's important to find out all of the newest rules and regulations. It is Costa Rica and they could change. There are 4 different residency types here in Costa Rica. The first one is called pensionado. It is for retired folks. You have to prove that you have a $1,000 a month pension coming in. The second one is called rentista. That is for people that are here to rent long term. Maybe you're going to come with your family, put your kids in school for a couple of years. That is rentista. You have to prove that you have $2,500 a month, or you can put $60,000 into a bank account here in Costa Rica. The third type is the brand new one called digital nomad. That is if you have your job back in North America or in Europe and you're going to work online. And in that one, you need to have $3,000 a month, or if you have a family, you have to prove that you have $4,000 a month. And the last one, the one that I use the most, is called investor. Here for investor, you have to invest a minimum of $150,000, and with that, you can become a resident of Costa Rica. When you apply to be a resident of Costa Rica, first you become a temporary resident. You do that for 2 years, and then you reapply for your second temporary residency. And when you're on year 3, so 1, 2, 3, you can apply for your permanent residency. While you are a temporary resident, you are not allowed to work for a Costa Rican company, but you can have a corporation and work for a corporation. And you only have to be in the country 1 day a year to keep your residency. Some of the benefits of being a Costa Rican resident are you do not have to leave the country. Once you have your stamp, you're allowed to stay in the country. Right now, the only thing that's required is to keep your driver's license active. You have to go out of the country if it's either a 90-day stamp or a 180-day stamp to keep your driver's license active. Another benefit of having a residency is that you have access to the medical health care system here in Costa Rica. It's called Caja. Everybody has to pay a portion of your income to contribute to it. So it depended if you applied for a pension, rentista, or investor, depends on how much you have to pay for your Caja. Caja has been great. They pay for your medicine, blood work, surgeries, or if you've been in an accident, for example. So it's great to know if you have a problem health-wise, you'll be looked after in Costa Rica as a resident. Sometimes people get confused of the difference between citizenship and residency. Residency is where you live. Citizen is the country where you're born. So I will always be a Canadian citizen and I will always have a Canadian passport, but I am a resident of Costa Rica, so I have my residency in Costa Rica. This can be important, especially when it comes to taxes. Here as a Canadian, I can say goodbye to paying taxes in Canada as long as I'm prepared to deal with the consequences with that, and I can choose to be a resident of Costa Rica and pay taxes in Costa Rica. As an American, you can have your residency in Costa Rica with all of the benefits, but that government still requires that you pay your taxes in the US as well. The Costa Rican government is welcoming foreigners, and as a result, they have a new tax policy that if you are investing more than $150,000, you can apply for residency, and with that, you can bring in 1 container of goods, import tax-free, and you're allowed to bring in 2 vehicles. Those vehicles can be cars, boats, or planes. As I recommended, it's important to find a good lawyer to work with because every country has a different rules, and also there's different rules and regulations in Costa Rica. But as a general rule, to apply for residency, it requires filling out some paperwork, it requires a birth certificate and a marriage certificate that have been issued in the last 6 months, and many countries require them to be apostilled. That's a special stamp that your country will issue. The other thing they ask for is a criminal record check. So they will check to make sure you have no bad things that have happened to you in your life, and they require fingerprints to be taken as well. learned a few things about residency here in Costa Rica. I would love to recommend you a lawyer that can help you with it as well. If you have any questions about residency or about properties in Costa Rica, I would love to be your guide. Again, this is Melanie Engel from Flamingo Beach Realty. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a blessed day. Pura Vida.